What's your favorite thing about being a teacher here?
Well, I always tell my students that if you find a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And I absolutely love media, web, graphic, video, audio. I love doing all that. So I really don't feel like when I go to work every day that I'm going to work. I don't feel like it's work. I feel like I get to have fun, and so I don't feel like it's actually a real job where I feel like I have to work, if that makes sense. And I think that's part of the key of a career, is finding something that you love to do, and then that way, again, you don't feel that stress every day of a job, if that makes sense.
What type of things do you learn to do in media class?
We actually cover 6 areas in media, interactive media. We cover web design, graphic design, video production, audio production, animation, and photography. There are some areas that are kind of supplemental that have kind of crept in into the web space, like viral media and viral marketing. So we supplement those type of things. We work on certifications for the World Organization of Webmasters. We take 6 different exams that the state administers to us. They're called web exams that cover all those 6 areas that I just talked about. But the students will leave here then with a piece of paper in hand that says, hey, I'm an expert in this, or I'm an expert in that. And it makes you more marketable to employers right off the bat.
What's one of your favorite projects that you do in this class?
Honestly, it's probably this project we're doing right now. This is the DACC ITA promo video. And the reason I like it is because it's what I call a cradle-to-grave project, meaning that the students are responsible for coming up with a concept for their film. They are responsible for making a DVD cover, to put the art on the DVD, to figure out how to add the video to the DVD. And it basically requires the student to use critical thinking skills and to think about the whole process, not just one little individual part of it. And it basically tasks you guys to do it. Instead of me giving you information to do it, you guys have to go out and find the answers. And that's called inquiry-based learning, where I give you a problem and the students come up with a solution. And the reason that's important is because in technology, the information doubles every 2 years. And you guys are actually training for a job. What grade? You're a junior, correct?
Yep.
You're actually training for a job that may not even exist yet. And you may not have the training for it when you go out there, because the schools don't even know what those jobs are going to be. The industry doesn't know what those jobs are going to be yet. So you have to have critical thinking skills to be able to learn on your own. And so that's the #1 thing I can teach my students. And this project really has you do that, where it tasks you to think about all the different problems you might run into and the scenarios you might come up with. So that's why I really like this project a lot.
What's the purpose of the green screen?
Well, the green screen is, as we see back here, used to what's called chroma key. And chroma key basically allows a video editing program such as Premiere or Final Cut Pro to take this color and substitute that color for another image. So for instance, like let's say you wanted an image of a beach to be back here behind us right now, which there's probably an image of a beach right now behind us. Okay, you can do that. Or if you want to have the New York City, all right, and you guys can have New York City right now playing in the background. Whatever it is, you can have that image be in place of this green screen. And all it does is the computer's just taking that color and it's going to substitute the image that you pick for the color instead. And so that's the purpose of a green screen. A lot of weathermen use green screen. In fact, if you were to go to Channel 4 and see Jim Goodall do the weather, he'd be standing in front of a green screen just like this. But when he were to point to a certain state or a certain part of the weather, like what you guys have on the screen right now, you can see how that's how he does the weather, if that makes sense. So that's the purpose of the green screen. Very exciting, I know, and it makes video be mobile. You don't have to sit in a studio. I mean, you are sitting in a studio, but you can go anywhere in the world with the green screen.
Explain what three-point lighting is.
Three-point lighting is just a lighting technique, and actually I don't see a three-point setup right now in our studio, but a three-point lighting setup basically allows for you to have what's called a key light. The key light is your main source of light. It's the closest, okay, and it's gonna shine at about, it's coming right around a 45-degree angle at your subject, and so that's going to bring a first ray of light to what you're filming, to the subject. And what's going to happen is if we turn this light off here, okay, you're going to see now that there are probably going to be shadows that are going to be created by this light coming. So there's going to be shadows on this side of our faces. Okay. Then what you have is a second light called a fill light. The fill light will basically allow for you to have that light coming from the side, but now it'll fill the shadows that were created by the other light. The light we don't have right now, because we're against a flat wall here, is a backlight. And a backlight would come in and it would allow you to light up the silhouette of the person that you're filming as well. So you would have your key light, your fill light, and your backlight, and that gives you the 3-point lighting.
What's one of your favorite things you've learned to do this year?
One of my favorite things is fireworks, Photoshop, designing logos, you know, just different kinds of things like that.
What's one of your favorite projects you've done so far?
Probably the videotaping. I like that. It's really fun.